Jules Gems. I help entrepreneurs to save time and save money by making big business technology accessible and affordable for small business. Today, we're going to talk about branding, and specifically, we're going to talk about target audience selection. Now, most of the time, if you've had a conversation with a marketing resource or a marketer, they chances are, if they're worth their salt, they will say, well, who's your target audience? Who do you want to reach? And you'll maybe give them a puzzle look like, well, it's everybody. It's not, but it can't be everybody. Not because your product or service doesn't serve, can't potentially help everyone. The target audience selection is not for them, it's for you. It's to help you to save money on marketing. It's to help you to be able to focus what you're doing so that you can refine your processes, so that you can fully optimize the offering that you have so you can get the most out of it. It's for you. Target audience selection is for you. But a lot of times when people talk to you about your target audience, they don't really help you to get to kind of, how to make a difference, and how does target audience selection really make a difference in what you're doing on a day-to-day basis to market your business. And my answer for that is it makes a ton of difference. So I'm gonna do a little example. I'm gonna walk through an example of how you might go about target audience selection in the hopes that it may help you to do this for yourself. And this will be your homework for today. I have a friend who gives me the business all the time because he says, you shouldn't be giving away free information. These people don't appreciate what you're doing out here. So, if you appreciate the information I'm sharing, why don't you go ahead and drop a comment before I let this person convince me to say no more, content on social media. Everybody has to pay. But I'm just not wired that way because I know how many times I've gotten free information off of social media, or people have shared with me tips and things like that, and I really appreciate it. So I know there's at least one person out there who appreciates the information, the content that I'm sharing. So if that's you, then message me or drop a comment and let me know you're out there so I can stay encouraged. Um, so we're going to use an example of a fitness. We're going to use a fitness example. Say, for example, you are a fitness entrepreneur and you have a newfangled way to do something that is going to help everybody in the whole world and revolutionize fitness. Okay. So when someone says to you, oh, okay, well, who's your target audience? And you go, everybody's my target audience. I can help the whole world. Well, you could, but you need to define your target audience, not because you can't help others, but because the selection of a target audience is going to help you to hone in and have a very direct approach to do a whole lot of different things, like target your content. Make sure you have imagery that appeals to your audience. Make sure that you have conversation when you're doing an email campaign that speaks to the person and the problem that you're solving for that audience. And then even if when you go into paid ads, now you have something that is tested, and you test it a little bit further when you go with your paid ads because you see what groups respond, how they respond to your messaging, and then you dial that in. And when you really have it dialed in, then you go full board and you invest in paid advertising. But to go through that process and invest in things like paid advertising without having a target audience selected, without having tested the conversation and the content to make sure that it's focused and dialed in for the group that you're focusing on, it's a waste of money. You might as well take your money and flush it right on down the toilet. So here's an example. So in this scenario of a fitness professional, right, a newfangled fitness offering, you can have, let's say let's pull out three niches from this group. So you can have people who are stuck, people who have trouble losing weight. Those people, say you could target those people, and there would be different conversation. They have different problems that you can solve for them. For that group of people, they want to get unstuck. They want to understand what their body's doing so they can, change things and get a better result, right? You could also have a group that is just kind of a group of techies. These are kind of the gadget people who want to be in on the next big thing. They want to be able to talk to their friends and tell them how smart they are because they got this newfangled approach to managing their fitness. They have a different conversation. They want to understand the science. They want to be plugged in. They want to be the know-it-all at the event, right? So there's a different conversation that you're going to have with them versus the person who's stuck in their weight loss journey. Or you could um appeal to the athlete. And for the athlete, the problem they're trying to solve is they want to have better performance. They need to have, you know, keyed into something that others don't have. So they can have that little bit of edge that's going to take them over the top. Different conversation. So even same product, different conversation, different groups of people. And that conversation, the tone, the dialogue, the content, the images are going to be completely different when you're focusing on the person who's stuck in their weight loss journey versus the person who's techie and wants to be in front of everything in terms of the newest technology versus the athlete whose performance is going to be improved and who's looking for an edge. Completely different conversation, completely different content, completely different images, completely different platforms, potentially, completely different places where they hang out. The person who's stuck in weight loss is going to be in a different place on social media than the person who's techie, right? The person who's stuck in weight loss might be mom groups, might be where you might plug in and be able to have input and help them. Versus the techie person might be a tech group where you hop in there and you say, "Hey, I got the newest tech on fitness. Why don't you dial in? I can tell you things about your body nobody else can." That's a different group. And then this group over here, that's the athlete who's looking for performance. They're in a different group. Maybe you're not appealing to them online at all. Maybe you're at events. Maybe you're offering some type of special offer for them. Completely different marketing approach, completely different marketing budget, completely different conversation. Okay. That is the importance of selecting a target audience. It's not about who your product can't serve, it's about defining who your product does serve for this specific purpose of dialing in your messaging. Because once you're able to dial in your messaging, then it makes sense to do paid ads because now you have messaging that works, it appeals, it draws in the people that you want. So when you invest in paid advertising, now you're really going to get a great result. So um, give some consideration to that target audience. Take some time to really think about it because this is where the gold is for your business. It's not, oh, I can reach everybody. Well, you could, but you would need a person for every single audience that you're targeting because everything is different. And I know it's tempting to, kind of focus on different groups of people, but it's not efficient because one of the benefits of having a target audience also is that you can dial in your offer, you can dial in the way you deliver, you can dial in the way you approach and ask for referrals. There's a whole business. You got to think of a target audience almost as a whole business line. And so you want to take that target audience and the way you deliver and the way you appeal to them all the way to sales, all the way to the conversion and beyond. How do they want you to contact them? How do they want a newsletter or do they respond differently to different approaches? There's the full length of your business, the full context of your business can be aligned around a specific target audience. Okay? So, I don't know if you caught that or not, but that was worth the money. That was worth $1 million, what I just shared with you. Now you go take and turn that into some money. So again, this is something that's very important for you and your business is to define the target audience. Once you have the target audience defined, then the branding is even your branding is tailored to that audience to an extent. It's what appeals to them. What message do you want them to receive from what you're offering? Everything is connected. So, with that, I hope this has been helpful for you. As a matter of fact, I don't hope, I know this is helpful. If you receive this information, this will change your business. But if you want to share this information, I appreciate it when people share because I really do care about small business and I really do want to see you succeed. So, with that, I will have to check you out next time on Jules Gems. Bye for now. Uh oh.